and we don't spend enough time actually waiting, processing the information, bringing in all sorts of different options and things like that. So the idea of today's session is, how do you know when you're in emotional reaction? I'll explain that as we go on. Is this alright, making some sort of sense? So, what is stress, International Stress Management Day? In very simple terms, stress is nothing more than excessive pressure. We all need pressure to live. We need some emotional tension, or if you like, emotional arousal. Right? We need enough to get us going and to stay in what's called our optimal well-being level. If we get kicked out by all sorts of various pressures, like time pressures, hurry, worry that's called, academic pressures, financial pressures, the big one at the moment, concerns about the future, all those things will kick us out. It's called fear. Will kick us out of our optimal well-being level and will cause us to take on the symptoms of chronic stress. And we go on the defensive because that's called the fight or flight response. So if you're living on the fight or flight response and you're pretending to be okay, that's a real problem. Okay. So, when we're constantly living life on the defensive, all sorts of negative symptoms appear. Does anybody want to tell me why that owl's there? Is anybody perceptive enough? You know already.
I know.
Okay. Well look, I made this up myself. This is copyright, Dr. Joe Delaney. Okay. Optimum well-being level owl. God. May the force be with you. Right. So if you pay attention and you're a wise old owl, that means you will know when you're coming out of your optimal state. And then you will say, because you care about your health, you will say, whoop, hang on a second, I need some more time to consider this. Now that's a hard one, because if you're a people pleaser, you'll jump into their game and you'll jump out of your well-being level. See what I mean? So here's the skill that you've got to develop. It's like Kung Fu. Hang on a second. It's called, can you please just give me a bit more time to think about that? Now sometimes, when people need things done in a hurry, right, they will try and pressurize and force you to do that piece of work. You're in charge of whether you say yes or no. Because if you don't, and this is the reality of it, if you don't, you will come out of your optimal well-being level and you put yourself in danger of all the symptoms of this. Will this cause trouble? Probably,